This is the matchup everyone circled. The United States and Canada face off in Montreal with national pride and tournament implications front and center. In a short format where every point matters, this game could define the path to the final. The intensity is guaranteed and the atmosphere electric. The outcome could reshape the standings in a single night. This is Strat Hockey, getting ready for Game 4 of the Four Nations face-off between the United States and Team Canada. We'll come back for the details of the game. We'll get into it. We'll get the opening face-off in just a sec. Welcome back here to the Bell Center. This will be the final game played here in Canada before we move to the second venue of this tournament, the TD Garden in Boston, where the next two games will be played. But this game here tonight, the one that we've been waiting for, the United States and Canada face off in the round robin portion of the Four Nation face off. This game was originally played back on February 15th, 2025. And in the original tournament, the United States and Canada were way more dominating. They won their opening games, and then the United States ended up winning this game before Canada ended up taking the entire tournament in the final where the United States and Canada met up. But for this particular tournament, Sweden and Finland beat the United States and Canada respectively. Canada lost to Sweden in game 1 of this tournament 5-4 in overtime, so Canada got a point out of that game for the standings. They sit in third position here in the standings between these four teams. Team USA, on the other hand, they lost 7-3 to Finland in the opener, and they are on the outside looking in coming into this game. Now, if the United States can seem to win this game in regulation, they'll get 3 points in the standings and they'll move up one. Basically, Canada will move to last place. The US will sit underneath Finland because Finland beat them in the tournament, and then the United States will play Sweden to finish up this tournament. So basically, the United States and Canada have their destinies in their own hands here tonight. This game is really important for both these clubs. Canada, if they happen to win here tonight in regulation, they'll skate out of here with 4 points in the standings. They'll jump up to second place, and then they will face Finland in the round robin finale for them, which will be the first game back in Boston between Canada and Finland. Now, Sweden just beat Finland in the first of two games here in this double header from the Bell Center. They beat Finland 5-2. So right now, Sweden sits in top position. They have a regulation win and an overtime win. So they have 5 points in the standings. So they sit in first place. If Finland can beat Canada and Sweden can beat the United States, it's going to be the complete opposite of what we saw in reality. It'll be Sweden and Finland facing each other for the second time in the tournament. They'll face off in the final. But there's still a lot of things that can happen here in this tournament, and the results of this game play a huge factor in what that looks like. Here's the starting lineups for these two teams. For Team USA, they'll have Matthews with Gensel and Hughes up front, with Slavin and Faber back on defense, and Connor Hellebuck will play in nets for them here tonight. For Team Canada, we have McDavid with Marner and Reinhart on the top line. Morrissey and Parayko are back on defense, and Jordan Binnington gets the nod again in nets. We're getting ready to go here. The teams are on the ice. Stratman Hockey. Here we go. All right, welcome back here to the Bell Center in Montreal. Team USA against Team Canada. Matthews against McDavid at center ice. Puck is dropped, and the U.S. has the puck right off the face-off. Jack Hughes with possession. He skates with it. He's up over the line here early. He gets around Morrissey, There's going to come a shot here. That one's going to be turned away early here. Hughes had a couple of points in that first game. The loss. Here's Reinhart back the other way. It's taken away by Gensel. He'll turn it back in for Team USA. That shot is going to be knocked away by Binnington. And McDavid now will grab it. It's taken away from him by Matthews at center ice. He'll turn it right back into the zone. Matthews with a chance here. That one's going to be knocked away. It's up into the nets. Faceoff will be deep in the Canadian zone between Matthews and McDavid. It's won by McDavid. Works it to Reinhart as they move it out through center ice. Cross ice. Here's Marner now. They're moving in on the breakaway. Shot by Marner, and that one's going to be gloved down by Hellebuck. That's their first shot of the game. No score early here. Subsequent faceoff is won by USA in their own zone. They try to move it out. It's kept in at the line. Marner took it away. He's knocked off the puck by Gensel, and we'll see our first line change of this game. Second liners will be out there. No score early here from the Bell Center. Team USA and Team Canada. Lots of implications in this game. Tkachuk brothers are out there on the second line with Eichel against the McKinnon line. Brady with it. Gets it over to Matthew. He's into the zone, and Crosby took it away from him. Crosby gave it away to Matthew Tkachuk at center ice as they try to turn it back. That's going to bounce all the way back into the Canadian zone. And Crosby will regroup with it. It's knocked down. Eichel kept it in at the line. He'll shoot it from there, and that's blocked in front by McKinnon. Quick line change here as we see the third liners out there. Still no score in this one. 5 minutes into the first from the Bell Center. With the third liners out there, Canada's got an all-Tampa line with Point, Cirelli, and Hagel. Point has it. It's knocked off of his stick. Miller will turn it back the other way. Gets it around Cirelli as he brings it back into the zone. That shot is knocked away on a shot by Miller. Miller's got Boldy and Larkin out there with him. Skating back is Hagel. He's into the U.S. zone now. He'll fire it on net there, and Hellebuck with a great save. A couple of great saves both ways by the goaltenders. And now Larkin has it for Team USA. Gives it away at center ice. Turning back the other way is Hagel. He's got a step. He's moving into the zone now. He'll fire it on net, and that one's going to be deflected up into the crowd. Hagel with that breakaway. Hellebuck with a great save. That face-off will be hit to his left. It's won by Canada. Shot by Cirelli there is knocked away. Boldy will grab it in the corner and try to move it out. Bounces out to center ice. It's taken back by Canada as the fourth liners will be out there. 12 minutes left here in this first. Still no score. Seth Jarvis with it for Team Canada. Knocked away from him by Connor. He'll bring it back in. That shot's knocked away. 5-4, the shots favoring Team USA early. Bennett with it for Team Canada. Moves it over to Marchand. They're back into the zone. Delayed penalty coming. There's a shot by Marchand that's going to be knocked away. It's going to be touched up. Nelson's going to go to the box. Give the Canadians their first chance on the power play. With a face-off deep in the U.S. zone.
Team USA penalty to number 29, Brock Nelson. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 9:20.
Trocheck against Bennett in the face-off circle. It's one wide the power play unit. Comes to Marchand. He'll take a shot right off the face-off. That's knocked away. It's grabbed by Trocheck, and he'll move it out to center ice. Skating back with it is Jarvis for Team Canada. He's up over the line now. That shot is going to be kicked away. Puck is loose in there. It's grabbed up by Marchand again. That one is knocked to the corner. Another good save there by Hellebuyck. Puck to Trocheck, and he'll drive it down the ice. Skating back with him is Marchand. He got to the red line this time. It's taken away by Trocheck, and he knocks it the rest of the way back down the ice. Penalty almost over to Nelson here. We're halfway done in this first period. Still no score. Bennett back with it for Team Canada. Knocked off of his stick by Faber, and he'll knock it back down the ice. Nelson's back. Team USA kills the first power play. Marchand back with it. A shot's going to be blocked in front. Bounces to Slavin. He gets it out to center ice. Here's a good pass. Nelson. He's going to move in on the breakaway, and that one is going to be stopped and held on by Binnington. Great goaltending both ways here. Good chances for both of these teams. U.S. wins that faceoff. Connor with a shot there. Saved by Binnington. Team Canada trying to move it out. It's kept in at the line. Faber will fire it in from there. That one's knocked away. Bounces to Jarvis. He tries to work it out through center ice. He does. He's going to move it back into the U.S. zone now. Still with it. Shot by Jarvis. And that one is in. They score. They take an early lead here. Seth Jarvis with his first of the tournament. The fourth line for Team Canada makes it 1-0. Parayko and Bennett will get assists on this one. The top lines will be out there. Canada takes an early 1-0 lead. U.S. was dramatically dominated. That's the kindest way to possibly say it. They were very dominated in their first game of this tournament by Finland. And then Finland turned around and got beat handily today by Sweden. So it's been an interesting tournament. Face off back to center ice. Won by U.S. Matthews has it. Works it to Hughes. Knocked off the puck. Marner takes it back for Canada. He's back into the zone there. That one's going to be knocked away.
Goal, his first of the tournament.
1-0 Canada.
24, Seth Jarvis.
Hughes gave it away again.
55,
Marner will turn and circle with it. Gets it over to Reinhardt as they move it back in.
13-20.
His shot is knocked away. Bounces to Gensel. He's ridden off the puck. Reinhardt took it back again. His shot is blocked in front. And Faber grabs it. Second lines will be out there. Wrapping it up here in the first. 1-0 Canada. Fox has it for the Americans. Works it to Eichel up over the line. He'll take a shot from there. That one is deflected up into the crowd off of Binnington. That was the best chance of the game so far for Team USA. Almost tied it. Face off to the right of Binnington is won by Canada. McKinnon has it. Passes it up center ice to Crosby as he works back into the zone. Here's Sidney Crosby. He had 2 in the first game. His shot on net is knocked away. Puck was loose there. Crosby grabs it. Fires it in again, and that one is stopped. What a save there by Hellebuyck. And Brady Tkachuk will move it back. It's knocked off the puck by Stone at center ice. They move it right back in again. Here's Stone. He takes another shot on net, and that one is in. They score. They extend their lead. Mark Stone for Team Canada gets his first of the tournament, and it is 2-0. Nathan McKinnon and Sidney Crosby will pick up assists here. McKinnon's third assist of the tournament. Crosby's third point of the tournament. And the puck back to center ice. It's won by Team USA. Taken by Hannafin. Gets it to Matthew Tkachuk up over the line. His shot is knocked away. And Crosby grabs it again for Canada. Knocked down at center ice. Here's Eichel back the other way. Knocked off the puck by McKinnon. And that'll be the end of one here from the Bell Center. Team Canada comes out strong and leads it 2-0 after one. We'll come back with that first intermission report in just a sec here on Strat Hockey. We're back here, first intermission from the Bell Center. Team Canada out to an early 2-0 lead in this one. Shots in the first period were 14-10 favoring Team Canada. Team Canada had a power play. They got 3 shots on net on that one, but they didn't score. But they did score at 13-20. Seth Jarvis got his first of the tournament from Colton Parayko and Sam Bennett. And then Mark Stone scored his first at 18-12 from McKinnon and Crosby. And that's where we are right now. After one from the Bell Center in Canada. Coming back for the second period of play right now. No hesitation, right into it. Second liners will be out there. McKinnon against Eichel at the center ice dot. It's won by Team Canada. Crosby has it. It's knocked off of his stick. Here's Tkachuk the other way. He skates around Crosby. He's all the way back into the zone. That one's going to be knocked away. Ended up not being that dangerous. It's taken back by Team Canada. Up center ice, here's McKinnon the other way. He's into the zone now. That shot is kicked away. That's his first of the game. Puck to Tkachuk. Brady works it to Eichel. And McKinnon knocked him off the puck again. Just like he did at the tail end of that last period. Eichel took it back, though. He's into the zone. He'll get a shot there that's knocked away by Binnington. And here's Crosby. Works it to Stone. He's got a goal tonight. He's over the line. That one's kicked away again here by Hollebuck. We'll see the third liners out there early in this second period. Canada with a 2-0 lead over Team USA. Miller with it. Gets it to Boldy. He's back into the zone here. He is knocked off the puck. Devontae's. He's playing out there without Makar today. Makar is out of the lineup. He took it away and got it to Hagel as they move it back into the zone now. Hagel up over the line. That shot is going to be knocked away. It's Hagel's third of the game. It's brought back by Rimwinski for Team USA. Knocked off of his stick. Taves takes it back again. He's going to work it into the zone. Delayed penalty coming to Team USA. Shot there is off the post. And we'll see a penalty coming here. McAvoy's going to go to the box. Give Canada their second chance on the power play.
Penalty to number 25, Charlie McAvoy. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 5:22.
Power play unit wins it. Shot there off the face-off, and they score right away. Right off the face-off. Brandon Hagel with the goal. Power play goal. 3-0 Team Canada. Point will pick up the only assist. Face off back to center ice. Won by USA. Here's Rowinski now.
Canada, power play
it's knocked off the puck. Taves takes it again.
Scored
He's
by
going to move
number
into the
38,
zone.
Brandon Hagel.
Shot there is
21,
knocked away.
point.
Rebound's
Time of the
picked up by
goal,
Miller for
5:30.
Team USA. He works the left side. Here's Boldy back the other way. They're moving back into the zone. There's a chance here. That one's going to be knocked down and held on. On a shot by Boldy. Face off to the right of Bennington here. Face off's won by United States. Shot there by McAvoy's blocked in front. Goes to Taze. Trying to move it out. It's kept in. Rwinski. Now he's going to try to move it back down low. And Taze knocked him heavily off the puck. Took it right back. It works it up to center ice. Sorelli. He's back into the U.S. zone now. He'll get a shot from there that's knocked away. It's picked up by U.S. and the fourth liners will be out there. 12 minutes left here in the second period. Team Canada leads at 3-0 over Team USA. Fourth liners out there. Trocheck with it. He'll take it back into the zone. Trying to get around Pareko. He couldn't. Pareko took it away from him. Turns it back the other way. It's kept in at the line. Slavin takes it back for Team USA. He'll shoot it down on net, and it's knocked away by Bennington. Jarvis now takes it back the other way. It's kept in still. Connor now with it for Team USA. Another shot on net, knocked away. That's his third of the game. Marchand takes it back for Canada again. He's up through center ice. He has Jarvis with him. He breaks him into the zone. Here's a shot by Jarvis, and that one's going to be deflected off of Hellebuck. And that's going to be a stoppage of play with a face-off deep in the U.S. zone. They've got to make something happen here. Top liners will be out there. They got to get a goal here in this second period. They were beaten very badly in the first game. They lost 7-3 to Finland. Face off to the left of Connor Hellebuck. It's won by U.S. Gensel. Try to move it out. Bounces back to center ice. It's picked up by Team Canada. Here's McDavid. He's going to move back in on the breakaway. He'll take a shot there, and that one is held on. What a chance. McDavid with his first shot of the game. Hellebuck came up big to stop him there. Face-off still deep in the U.S. zone. Canada wins it. Marner with a shot off the face-off. It's kicked away. Faber grabs it. Try to work it out. Couldn't. Kept in by Morrissey. But he is knocked off the puck. Slavin took it away. And tried to work it out center ice. He got it up to Matthews. He's moving back into the zone. There's a shot there from Matthews that's kicked away by Bennington. And now Canada will circle back. Pass up to Reinhart. He's over the line now. That shot is kicked away. Puck is still loose in there. Reinhart grabs his own rebound. Fires it in there again, and that one is going to be held on. Second liners will be out there with another face-off deep in the U.S. zone. Kachuk brothers are back on the ice. We're inside of 6 left here in the middle frame. 3-0 Canada. On goals by Stone, Hagel, and Jarvis. Face off between Eichel and McKinnon. Won by Eichel. Brady Tkachuk has it. Works it over to his brother. Here's Matthew back into the zone, and Harley playing for the first time in place of Makar took it away from him. Works it back the other way. Here's a pass up to Crosby. He's moving in on the breakaway. That shot is on net and stopped by Hellebuck. Eichel turns it back the other way. Works it to Matthew Tkachuk now. Delayed penalty coming. Tkachuk over the line. Here's a shot there that's turned away. Rebound. It's going to be touched up by McKinnon. Looks like Harley might be going to the box. That is an accurate statement. U.S. is going to get their first chance on the power play.
Team Canada penalty to number 48, Thomas Harley. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 15:20.
Face off deep in the Canadian zone. U.S. wins it. Puck to Tkachuk. Brady with a shot and he scores. They cut into the lead here. A power play goal. Both the goals here on the power play right off the face-off, and Team USA gets on the board. (3-1) now. Just like I said, just what they needed. 2-goal lead now for Team Canada. Puck back to center ice. Canadians win it. Here's Crosby.
Team USA
works it back to McKinnon. They're over the line. Referee's hands up again. Shot here by McKinnon.
Assist to number 9, Jack Eichel. Time of the goal, 15:31.
And it looks like Matthew Tkachuk. It's going to go. Canadians will get their third power play. They've scored once. Now the U.S. needs a penalty kill. Faceoff's going to be deep in their zone.
Team USA penalty to number 19, Matthew Tkachuk. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 16 minutes.
Canadians win that faceoff. Puck to Crosby. That shot on net's knocked away. Good save. Hellebuyck coming out huge. Puck bounces to Brady Tkachuk, and he bounces it down up the boards and down the ice. Back with it is McKinnon. Hanifin took it away from him, and bounces it back out. Bounces back to the Canadian blue line. Back with it is Doughty. He'll work it up over the line now. Shot by Doughty there. That one's kicked away. Rebounds picked up by McKinnon. He'll fire it on net, and that one is stopped. What a save! Oh my goodness! Whoa! What a save there by Hellebuyck. He had to dive to make that one, and he holds on. Holy, oh my. What a save. The save of the game here. Probably could be the save of the tournament. I don't know if I heard a whistle. We'll play it again, just in case. Wow. Face off. Won by the Canadians. Puck to Harley. That one's kicked away on a shot from Harley. And the Canadians, the U.S. team, knocks it back out to center ice. Woo! Yikes. McKinnon. He's knocked off the puck by Hanifin, and they bounce it back out. Matthew Tkachuk is back on the ice. The U.S. kills that power play. Here's McKinnon, though, back up over the line. That shot on net is knocked away. Puck bounces to Tkachuk. He gets a pass over to his brother. Here's Brady back into the zone. Another penalty coming to Canada. Shot by Tkachuk. This time Brady is knocked away. And the Canadians, woo, there is a fight. There was an initial penalty. Tkachuk and Doughty are getting into it. But it looks like the original penalty was coming to Doughty. And the Canadians will end up with a power play.
Team USA penalty to number 7, Brady Tkachuk, a 5-minute major for fighting. Team Canada penalty to number 89, Drew Doughty, 2 minutes for roughing and a 5-minute major for fighting. Time on the penalties, 18:21.
So all these penalties coming at 18:21 of the second. Brady Tkachuk is in for 5. Doughty's in for 7. But Harley will serve his 2-minute roughing call. And the U.S. will end up with a power play. So they will have the third liners will come out for both teams. Canadians will bring out Seth Jarvis as the extra skater here. And the U.S. is on the power play. They just scored on the power play a little bit ago. Face-off is at center ice. Won by the U.S. Boldy has it. He's going to get up over the line. He's going to take a shot from there, and that one is kicked away. What a great save there. The other way by Binnington. Rebound is grabbed up by Hagel. He'll bounce it back out to center ice. Team USA back the other way. Taken away by Cirelli, and we've reached the end of 2 here from the Bell Center. The score after 2, Canada leads it 3-1. A lot on the line in this game, y'all. We're coming back for the second intermission report, and then we'll play this third period and maybe more here on Stratman Hockey in just a moment. All right, we're back here. Oh, man, second period of play. Some amazing saves both ways by the goaltenders. The score after 1 was 2-0 Canada. The score after 2 is now 3-1. The U.S. finally got one on the board. Canada, though, still with the lead. The shots through 2. The U.S. has gotten 10 shots in both periods. They have a 2-period total of 20. Canadians with 18 shots in that second for a 2-period total of 32. So they were racking up the shots on goal, and Hellebuyck is keeping the U.S. in this one. The power plays, U.S. is working on their second power play. They're 1 for 1 with 2 shots on net. Canadians 1 for 3 with 8 shots on net on the power play. The goals in that second period of play, Hagel scored right off the face-off on the power play from point at 5:30. That made it 3-0 at that point. Then the U.S. picked up a power play. Brady Tkachuk scored his first of the tournament on the power play from Jack Eichel. That was also right off the face-off. That was at 15:31 of that second period, and then that gave the U.S. their first goal of the game. Only their 4th of the tournament. They have not scored very much in this particular tournament, so they won't have very much power play time left with Harley in the box serving the 2-minute minor for Drew Doughty. And then Brady Tkachuk and Drew Doughty will hang out in the box for quite some time early into this third period. All right, third period. Third liners out there on the ice. Face off at center ice. Won by the U.S. team. Boldy. He's going to skate with it. They set up shop in the zone. There's a pass for Boldy. Down low to Larkin. He shoots and he scores! Dylan Larkin! His second of the tournament power play goal early here in the third. Cuts the lead to 1. The U.S. nets 1 on the power play once again early here in the third period. (3-2) now. That's Larkin's second of the tournament. Boldy and Miller will grab the assists. Just 27 seconds into the period. Third liners fully out there now. Puck back to center ice. Won by the U.S. Taken by Larkin.
Team USA power play goal. His second.
Worked it to Miller.
Scored by number 21.
They're up over the line again. Here's Miller.
Assist
He's down low. That one is turned away.
And number 10, JT Miller.
Sorelli will circle back for the Canadians.
Seconds.
It's knocked down by Larkin at the line. He keeps it in. He's going to get a chance down low. Shot on net for Larkin, and that one is stopped. Larkin showing up big here for Team USA. Here's Hagel the other way. Still kept in. Boldy has it now. He'll fire it in. That one's knocked away. U.S. with 4 quick shots here in the third. Rating point with it. Back the other way. Here's a pass over to Hagel. They're moving in on the breakaway. Hagel with a shot on net, and that one is stopped. Hellebuck with a great save. He's made a few really big ones, and that was one of the biggest. Top liners will be out there. 3-2 Canada. Gensel with it. He's knocked off the puck. It's brought back by McDavid. He's going to get around Matthews. That shot is turned away. The major penalties to Doughty and Tkachuk are done. Gensel back the other way. Gets it to Hughes. He's working it up over the line. Here's a chance for Hughes. That one is kicked away. Wide open skating both ways for these teams. Here's Marner. He works it back the other way. He's going to move in on the breakaway. Shot by Marner, and that one is stopped by Hellebuck. Another tremendous save. Working it back the other way. Here's Matthews now. He's going to take a shot from long range. Shot on net, and he scores. They tie it. Austin Matthews, third of the tournament. We're tied at 3. Second lines will be out there. The U.S. has worked all the way back and tie it here at 3 with just under 15 left in regulation. Hughes and Hellebuck will pick up assists on that goal. Austin Matthews paces the team with 3. Puck back to center ice. Faceoff's won by Eichel. Brady Tkachuk, who's back out there. Penalty coming here.
Team USA goal, his third of the tournament, scored by number 34.
It's going to be Stone. It's going to go to the box.
Number 86.
U.S. is going to get another power play.
37. Connor Hellebuck.
They are 2 for 2 tonight.
5:20. Team Canada penalty to number 61, Mark Stone. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes.
Face-off just outside of the Canadian zone. Won by USA. Tkachuk moves with it up over the line. Matthew works it to Eichel. Here's a shot on net by Eichel, and what a save there. Binnington will hold on. Whew, man. Unbelievable action both ways between these two teams. Faceoff's going to be deep to the right of Binnington here. U.S. wins that faceoff. There's a shot in there by Hannafin that's knocked away. That was a good chance. And McKinnon will knock it back out to center ice. Doughty took it away from Fox. Clears it the rest of the way back into the U.S. zone. 12 left here in regulation. Tied at 3. Here's Eichel working his way back up over the zone. Take a shot from there that's knocked away. Puck bounces to Crosby, and he'll knock it down the ice. Stone is back. Canadians take possession, though. Doughty works it. Here's Crosby back the other way. Tried to get him around Matthew Tkachuk. He does. Here's a chance for Crosby that's turned away. And now Brady will grab it. Brady Tkachuk for the U.S. team. Gets it to Eichel. They're moving it back up over the zone line. Another delayed penalty coming. Here's a shot there by Eichel, and that one is stopped. And it's going to be touched up. And there is some more fisticuffs happening between the U.S. team here. Hanifin and Doughty getting into it this time. The original penalty was coming to Harley. He's going to the box, and Doughty and Hanifin are being broken up. And they'll all go to the box, and the U.S. will end up with another power play here.
Team USA penalty to number 15, Noah Hanifin, a 5-minute major for fighting. Team Canada penalty to number 48, Thomas Harley, 2 minutes for tripping.
For fighting again.
Team Canada penalty to number 89, Drew Doughty, a 5-minute major for fighting. Time of the penalties, 10 minutes.
So the U.S. is going to keep out the line they have. This is the second liners. They'll bring out Kyle Connor to play with Fox for the beginning of this penalty sequence, where the U.S. will have a power play. Faceoff is going to be just outside of the Canadian zone. And U.S. wins the faceoff. Connor has possession of it. They're going to work it up over the line. It's taken away by Jarvis, who's also out there for the Canadians. Playing defense again. He knocks it down the ice. Taken away at center ice, McKinnon for the Canadians. Knocks it back into the U.S. zone. Less effective these last two times. They're skating with it again. Here's Matthew Tkachuk. Try to work it up over the line. He gets around McKinnon this time. He's going to take a shot from there. That's knocked away. Bounces to Crosby. And he'll knock it back down the ice. Harley is back. Teams at even strength. U.S. 2 for 4 on the power play. Excuse me. Here's Eichel. It's taken away by Jarvis, who's playing on the right defense. Try to move it out. It's kept in. Kyle Connor now has it. He'll take a shot from there. That's knocked away. And the third liners will be out there for both teams. Tied at 3. Inside of 6 left in regulation. Sanheim has possession for Canada. Gets it over to Hagel. He's moving in on a breakaway. He's got a power play goal tonight. He'll take a shot on net, and that one is stopped. Another great save by Connor Hellebuyck. He gave up a lot of goals in that first game. He's played very well tonight. Very solid. Face off to his left. Between Miller and Point. Miller wins it. He works it to Larkin as they're moving out. Taken away by Cirelli at center ice. He turns it back into the zone. He'll take a shot from there. That one is deflected up into the crowd. Another great save by Hellebuyck, keeping the U.S. in this one. Face off to his right this time. It's won by the U.S. team again. Rewinski passes it to Larkin. He's moving back the other way. Another penalty coming to the Canadians. Here's a shot by Larkin, and that one's going to be knocked into the crowd off of Binnington. Penalties to Doughty and Hanifin are done. They'll skate to the bench. Cirelli is going to go to the box. And some more fighting happening here between the U.S. and Canadians. That's Boldy and Hagel getting into it this time. They're going to both go to the box. A lot of complicated nonsense happening in this game. Tempers are flaring both ways. All in, the U.S. will get another power play. Top lines will be out there. Top lines plus Pareko for Canada. Let's hear the penalties.
Team USA penalty to number 12, Matt Boldy, a 5-minute major for fighting. Team Canada penalty to number 71, Anthony Sorelli, 2 minutes for tripping. Team Canada penalty to number 38, Brandon Hagel, a 5-minute major for fighting. Time of the penalties, 15:20.
All right, so Boldy, Sorelli, and Hagel all in the box. Sorelli is serving a 2-minute minor. Hagel and Boldy both serving 5-minute majors. And the U.S. will pick up their 5th power play with a face-off in the neutral zone. And the top line's out there. And they lose the face-off. Pareko has possession. Knocks it down the ice. U.S. did well in their first 2 chances on the power play and have since gone cold. Puck is taken away from Matthews again by Pareko, and he knocks it back down the ice. Inside of the last 4 here in regulation, tied at 3. Here's Matthews again. It's taken away from him one more time by Pareko, and he hits it harder than I've ever seen him hit a puck back into the U.S. zone. Coming back with it. Here's the U.S. team. That one's blocked on a shot by Faber. Comes to Pareko, and he knocks it down the ice. Penalty's over. Sorelli skates to the bench. Morrissey comes out and joins his mates. U.S. has it. Faber tried to pass it. It was knocked down by Morrissey. He'll turn it back the other way. Penalty coming to the U.S. team. This could be bad, but it may not be. Faber's going to the box. Canadians with their 4th power play. Overtime is looming in this one. The U.S. would like to see that happen. Unless they can score late here. Maybe a shorthanded goal. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Team USA penalty to number 14, Brock Faber, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes.
Face off in the neutral zone just outside of the U.S. zone. Canadians with a golden opportunity on the power play, and they lose the face off. Puck to Jack Hughes, and he drives it down the ice. Skating back is Reinhart with it. Knocked away from him by Slavin right at the line, and he lifts it back into the zone again. Stellar penalty killing both ways. Here comes Reinhart again, taken away by Slavin. He bounces it up the boards and back down the ice. Here comes McDavid. He can't get by Slavin. Slavin is a one-man army. Drives it back down the ice. The penalty is over. The period is over. We've reached the end of regulation here from the Bell Center in Montreal. The Canadian and U.S. hockey teams have skated to a 3-3 tie. after regulation here in the fourth game of the four-nation face-off. Whew, my goodness. So it'll all come down to overtime. We'll have 3-on-3, 10-minute overtime. We'll come back for that intermission report before we head there in just a sec. I mean, my goodness gracious, guys. A lot of penalties. 23 minutes of penalties for the U.S., 25 for Canada through regulation time. We are tied at 3. The shots in that third period, the U.S. with 13 shots for a regulation total of 33. The Canadians with 6 in the third to end up with 38 after 3 periods of play. The power plays, the U.S. team 2 for 5 with 7 shots. Canadians 1 for 4 with 8. They both scored power play goals here tonight. The U.S. obviously with 2. The first of those coming from Dylan Larkin, his second of the tournament at 27 seconds. That was on the power play from Boldy and Miller. That made it 3-2, and then Matthews at 5:20 tied the score with his third of the tournament from Hughes and Hellebuyck. And that's where we are after regulation. We're going to see 3-on-3 action. Boldy and Hagel will still be in the box for a couple of, about a minute or so. And we'll have 10 minutes of overtime action. And then if it's still tied, we'll head to a shootout. We'll be back for the overtime period here on Strat Hockey in just a sec. So we're getting ready for overtime here. It looks like both teams are just going to go easy here with the lineups. They're just going to go all forwards all the time. So the top lines will be out there to start overtime. They'll skate for 10 minutes. If there's still no scoring happening, then we will see a shootout, like I said. Face-off at center ice between Matthews and McDavid. Canadians win that face-off. Reinhart has it. Gets it back to McDavid. They're up over the line now. He gets around Gensel. Shot by McDavid, and that one's going to be held on. Hellebuyck coming up big here tonight. U.S. wins the faceoff. Hughes will try to work it out. Center ice. It's kept in at the line. Marner has it. They'll shoot it from there. That one's knocked away. Penalties to Boldy and Hagel are done. They'll stay in the box, though. Gensel gave it away to Reinhart at center ice. He'll circle back, and he gave it right back to Gensel. And we'll see the second liners out there here. Early in overtime, tied at 3, the U.S. and Canada. Skating back, here's Brady Tkachuk. He works it over to his brother. Here's Matthew. Penalty coming to Crosby. Matthew with a shot on net, and he scores! They win it in overtime. Both the Tkachuk brothers with goals tonight, and Matthew ices it. And the U.S. wins it 4-3 here in overtime.
Team USA.
His first shot of the tournament, or first goal of the tournament, is the game winner tonight.
Assist to number 7.
Here for Matthew Tkachuk.
The goal, 2:40 of overtime.
We'll come back for the post-game report. We'll talk about what this means for the tournament and what's coming up next for both of these teams when we get back. Welcome back to Strat Hockey as we are done here for tournament games at the Bell Center in this round robin. This final here, the U.S. wins in an overtime 4-3. So with this overtime win, it's the U.S.'s first win of the tournament. Both Finland and Sweden have won games in regulation, so they have more points overall. The U.S. Picks up 2 points with this win in overtime here tonight. But actually, that does put them in third place, I was going to say. The Canadians have lost now twice in overtime. So they also have 2 points. They sit in last place in the tournament standings as of right now. So it's Sweden, Finland, US, and Canada in the tournament standings. So the Canadians will have 2 more games in this round robin. The Canadians will face off against Finland in game 5 of this tournament. That'll be the third games each. So each team playing 3 games in the round robin. Canadians have to win that game in regulation in order to qualify for the final. As well, the United States will need to win their game in regulation against Sweden in order to also qualify for the final. Now, if Finland beats Canadians in any way, they will likely qualify for the final. And obviously, if Sweden wins against the U.S. in any way, in any manner, they will. Actually, there's a couple scenarios. So if the U.S. wins, if Canada and the U.S. both win in regulation in the next 2 games, they will qualify for the tournament final, which will be played on the 18th. That'll be at the TD Garden in Boston. Canada and Finland, if Finland wins that one in regulation, they'll have 6 points. They'll jump to the top of the standings. And then if the U.S. wins their game in regulation, they'll have 5 points, but they will have won the head-to-head with Sweden, so they'll automatically play Finland then in the final. If Finland and Sweden win, they will be the finalists. If Canada beats Finland in regulation, they'll have 5 points. There's so many complexities. A lot can happen in the next couple of games. But basically, everyone's got their own destiny in their own hands. But tonight, the U.S., Matthew Tkachuk from his brother, they were playing on a line here tonight, and they teamed up for the game winner. Tkachuk, Matthew, with his first of the tournament from Brady. That was at 2:40 of overtime, and the U.S. wins this one tonight. The winning goaltender, Connor Hellebuyck, picks up the win, and then Jordan Binnington, another overtime loss here tonight. Again, we talked about the scenarios. We talked about what could happen. Canada will play against Finland. Finland will be the home team for that one, and then Sweden against the U.S. So that'll be a double header coming up here on Stratman Hockey. We'll look forward to see what happens in those games. Again, a lot of things can happen. There was a rough and tumble game here tonight between Canada and the U.S., and the U.S. came out on top with a final of 4-3. This is Stratman Hockey. We appreciate you listening. We hope that you're enjoying this particular tournament. We'll get back to NHL action here pretty soon, where the Red Wings will try to continue their winning ways after losing a couple, heading into this break for the Four Nations face-off. Well, once again, the final here from the Bell Center in Canada. The U.S. beats Canada in overtime, 4-3. Good night. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.